Hey folks, and welcome to today's edition of Get Good or Die Trying. And I played around with Hawken a little bit the last time, and I actually kind of really got into that game. So my plan at this point is to kind of go through and showcase all the mechs that I currently have. Hopefully, open up a couple more along the way, and kind of give my thoughts on them, as well as kind of get a feel for some of the different mechs. Now, one of the things that I kind of went through before, one of the things that I talked about the first time I recorded was the fact that I thought that you could earn meteor credits naturally through gameplay. There is actually only one time that occurs, and that's when you first get your first hour of gameplay. They give you, I think it's either 400 or 500 credits, and those are the only ones that you can actually earn. The rest of them are credits that you have to purchase. Now, there has also been a little bit of confusion, at least that I've seen, between between how that works and how the regular credits work. When I was looking through it the first time, especially when I'm going through my garage and I'm looking at, let's see, internal items and equipment, things that I want to buy. When you take a look at this, it looks like the only way that you can buy this gun is through, and I don't want to click on that right now, is through actually opening it with meteor credits, and that's not true. You have to actually get your mech to a certain rank, and then that will become unlockable with the regular credits. The other thing, the different weapons, weapons was one. Also, when you're going through something like this, and you're looking at like the different internal items and stuff like that, it looks like the price requires both the HC and the meteor credits. And what are, it doesn't even, Hawken credits then. Hawken and meteor credits. That is not actually the case. When you take a look at it and then you click buy, it brings up an option here to purchase either with the regular Hawken credits or with the meteor credits. That is your choice. So you can earn 90% of the uncosmetic gear naturally through the game. Actually, I think it's 100% because you can get all the mechs, and it looks like you are capable of unlocking all these different items. You just have to reach a certain rank to be able to get this. Now, to get something like this, it requires your pilot level. Some of the other stuff actually requires a mech level. Your different weapons require your mech level. And I wanted to kind of go into that and clarify that for you guys, so that way you actually know what's going on. I know there's been some different debates in the forums where people actually just thought that you had to purchase with both regular and meteor credits, and that would honestly be a little bit ridiculous. And once I realized what was going on, I mean, I kind of figured this out a while ago, but once I realized that people were having issues kind of figuring out the difference, then I decided, you know what, it would be in my best interest to kind of show you guys that there is a way to go through and purchase this stuff naturally. The other thing is, this is actually the first mech that I started with. I believe it's the first mech everyone starts with. It starts out with a primary assault rifle. The submachine gun was actually something that I earned through playing around with this mech for quite some time. And the items, again, all of this stuff is actually stuff that you have to unlock. Internals, all that. It seems like your best interest, if you want to get really, really good really quickly, isn't to purchase as many mechs as you possibly can. Mechs actually aren't terribly expensive. My thought is to find and pick a mech that you think would suit your playstyle best. Save up enough credits to purchase that mech, and then use that mech specifically, unlock all its levels, kind of go through it, get all the gear that you can for it, and then from there use that to branch out and open up the different options. Now, I also believe that playing through it does unlock at least one tier of each weapon. So you have one tier of each mech, rather, excuse me. So while you start with this one, which is the CRT-Recruit, the next one that I had actually opened up was the Berserker, and that one's over here. No, why is that in the wrong spot? Excuse me. Berserker. Here. That's not the one that I was playing with. I thought it was. I'm sorry, I'm completely messed up right now. it's again, it's been a little while since I've played, so technician sharpshooter, not the berserker. So let's go through this, and maybe was it the bruiser? Might absolutely be. And unfortunately, I do have two different of each of certain of the mechs, and I believe this is one of the ones that I have two different of. It came with purchasing it, and that kind of throws things off a little bit. Okay, here we go. Yes, this was the one that I actually played specifically through. Got quite a bit of stuff unlocked for it. I played around with the Recruit until this one unlocked. This one really did seem to suit my playstyle a little bit better, and I played around with this one for quite some time. Now, there was also the Rocketeer opened just through natural progression. I don't remember if I actually purchased that one straight out, or if that was one that opened up through me gaining enough levels in my mech and everything. Mech and pilot, rather. I will have to take a look, levels chart here. Consumables, it does look like that one was one that either was unlockable before, and now you have to just purchase it, or I just flat out purchased it. I don't remember. It's been quite some time since I played through. Anyway, I did have a lot of really good runs with the Bruiser, and I'm kind of trying not to mess up that thing's stats right now because, again, it's been a while since I played, and I'm really not that great at the game anymore. Not that I was ever fantastic or anything. I'm just really bad now. Okay, so then the Rocketeer was the next one that I actually opened up. I didn't play with it very long. I got it maybe halfway to the first level, unlockable level, and it's one of the heavier mechs, and it does a crap ton of damage, and it is slow as all get out. I mean, slow as fuck is actually really the best way to put it. The other thing is that the heavy mechs also have an ability which allows you to shift from one form to another. That's something we'll get into a little bit later once I start doing some of the videos on the heavier mechs. But for today, I actually kind of wanted to go through the CRT-Recruit, kind of remember what it was like to play with this thing, and just go around and play with it and not really care what happens. Play through a couple of matches and see how we do with it. Now, let's see. That's an item. Okay. And that one is R. Okay. So I'm just, again, it's been long enough that I'm actually trying to go through and kind of remember certain aspects of the game. Most of it I remember just kind of by playthrough, but there are a couple of things that I just kind of need to take a look at and remember. Cosmetics, again, it's cosmetic. So we're not really going to worry about that too much today. We might go into that a little bit later. The emotes are actually kind of fun. I mean, you have the running mech and all that. And actually, and see, these are things that you can only open up by meteor credits. The ability to teabag your opponents, you can only do that if you purchase it with. But you do start with a bow, which is kind of a polite way to say, hey, I won and you didn't. So whichever. But anyway, back to this. I'm going to try to jump into a couple of matches, and we'll see where this goes. So, give me just a few moments. I'm actually going to take a cough right here. Alright, so now that that's over with, let's get into the game and see what we can do. You know what? I'm just going to go with any random and launch. Didn't seem to take too long last time to get into the queue, so I'm not gonna kind of cut between. When I first saw the queue, I thought it might take a bit, but at this point, we'll just kind of jump into the game and see how it goes. All right, so let's see. All right, so one of the things about this mech is that it actually starts with a fairly standard assault rifle, which yeah, where do we go? Does quite a bit of damage and is actually fairly accurate, but I think your mech's health is actually kind of low, and it also generates a little bit of heat, or quite a bit of heat rather. It is definitely a kind of a medium range weapon, and it's a very good all around weapon, especially for a starting mech. They don't gimp you just because you're new. So that's actually definitely something you want to kind of take a look at. And I don't know that I know this map at all. So, alright, let's see what we can get here. This is Team Deathmatch. And I don't know how many are on either of our teams. So, alright, so yeah, I'm just kind of wandering around here, trying to take a look at the map and kind of get a feel for this map and get some. There's a lot of very good places to hide in here. And I'm not seeing anything on the map at all. So I'm assuming there's not a whole lot of us. Yeah, that wasn't good. Alright, so he looks like he's being busted up. So let's go take a look and see if we can't help him out. He's probably going to be gone by the time we get there, but let's see what we can do. That's noisy. Probably not so good for me. And I do like moving around a little bit too much, I think. I do think that using your boosters tends to put you on the map, and that makes you visible. I'm hearing lots of things, and it sounds like, you know, bad guys. It sounds like monsters, really. But I'm not seeing anything, and we're not getting any kills. They're getting some kills, but I don't... Okay. Are they all camouflage? That's going to make this this video kind of interesting, I think. Alright, here we go. Oops. There we go. How am I overheating? I'm not doing anything. There's actually didn't take any shots. That's a miracle. Alright, so yeah, one thing to remember, this game actually doesn't have any reloads, so that's actually really convenient. That's going to be bad for me. But, as you can see, I can actually do quite a bit of damage to mechs that are significantly heavier than me, and I'm going to pursue this guy and kind of take this fight to him. Because I actually really got a good... Like I said, that's bad for me. That's really bad for me. I think I pursued that a little bit too much, but I did get a good clean kill out of it, which I'm quite happy about. Kind of lost myself. Actually, I think I got a kill and an assist, which... Again, this mech, for being a new mech, it has the same amount of health as the assault that I was playing earlier. Its gun is a little bit more accurate, so you can get some better damage from long range. The secondary fire is absolutely worthwhile. It's a tow rocket, so it doesn't have any seeking or anything like that, but it does definitely do a significant amount of damage. And if you catch somebody unaware, even if they're a lot bigger than you, you can take them down pretty damned easily, as you saw earlier. So, yeah, let's kind of take a look at this and see if we can't get this guy who's around this corner. Let's see, did I get it? Let's get that. Kind of see if I can't repair up a little bit. Yeah, and that was actually somebody who was in turret mode. It's really hard to do a lot of frontal damage to them, but they're very, very slow, so they really can't pursue you. They're kind of more of a defensive measure. They're good for certain, especially for some of the siege modes. They're really, really good. Yep. Kind of get out of the way and let them duke it out. Oops, that was bad for me. And I'm probably not going to be able to take him out. Actually, I won. Wow, that was quite surprising. And... Alright, so I got a little bit of health out of that. This mech, as I said, is very, very, and this is, I'm still using the base gear that I got with it. The the submachine gun, actually, I don't really favor that one. It's a little bit faster firing, but it's shorter range and it does a little bit more heat. So it's, in my mind, it's not quite as good. And let's see what we can do about him. And then see what we can do about him. Yeah, there we go. So I've gotten a good couple of kills with this thing. I really, actually, you know what? Honestly, I'm kind of liking this thing. I like the gun a little bit better than I like the Vulcan cannon, it seems. And that's kind of the point, is that you don't feel like you're handicapped just because you're in a newbie mech. And honestly, as you saw before, I am not the greatest player here. And that's going to overheat me, so I'm going to get out. I think I'm far enough away. I should be able to repair what damage I did take. Yeah, everybody else is kind of pursuing him and taking him on. I think we might have a numbers advantage right now because I joined. So they might have actually just gotten somebody to even it out. Boys. So, yeah, sorry about that. I actually need to just turn off my mic completely for everybody else. I thought I had. So, let's see what we can do for this guy. Whoops. Alright, this is going to be really, really close, and me getting dead here isn't going to help us at all. Not going to be able to do this, I think. Alright. So that kill was actually fairly substantial. Let's see, can we get this? Come on! Did we get it? Did we get that kill at the end? Oh, man. That was actually really close. You know what? I love this match. This match was really damn good. Oh, wow. That match was actually really awesome. And again, as you can see, I really liked what this mech is capable of. I mean, it's fairly significant. You know, I kind of came in from behind, and that was a good match. That was a really good match. And I actually think that I did pretty damn well. So, all right, I'm gonna let this go. I think we'll be done with this particular mech. I'm gonna go in to kind of do a little bit of a post, kind of give you some final thoughts on it, and we'll see what we can do. I do think that adding me in, I mean, I'm saying that I'm good or anything, but I do think that there might have been a numbers advantage on the other guys, and just having me in and kind of all of us grouping together, especially, and being able to take out the other guys when it really did look like they had a fairly severe advantage, look like that helped quite a bit. So CRT-Recruit, very basic, very entry level, but a very good all around mech. I didn't actually really use the item for anything worth using. The damage, okay, so let's actually go and compare the submachine gun to the assault rifle. The damage on them is about the same. The accuracy on the assault rifle is definitely better. The effective range is a little bit lower, and the heat rate is a little bit lower. So effective range is further, rate of fire is lower, rather. I think it does feel like it does do a little bit more damage just because you have more accuracy and you nail more of your shots. And I think that was why I really liked this weapon. And you know what? This thing looks like a butt-ugly television stamped onto a couple of legs. And it's really effective. So do not discount the basic entry-level model, the CRT-Recruit. I'm kind of liking this mech. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. Thanks.